So I'm going to go ahead and commit about the biggest crime that you can commit according to the mainstream media and the left-leaning progressive nut jobs over there, the SJW crowd. And I'm going to stand here as a white male, a straight white male, no less, and say that white privilege is a myth and it doesn't exist. That's right. It's a myth. It doesn't exist. And you can't prove otherwise. Go ahead. Try it. Prove to me that white privilege in today's day and age in 2018 exists. Prove to me how me, being born white, afforded me any more opportunities or chances, whether it be in school, whether it be in a job, whether it be in a home, whatever it may be. Prove to me that I had better opportunity than any other person in this country, regardless of the color of their skin. And here's the thing, you can't. You can't do it because it's not true. See, you try to say that somehow being white gives me privilege or advantage in life, but it doesn't. Now, the argument could be made that by being born white, I am treated normally, by and large, for most people, right? You could argue that I will never be discriminated against, although in today's day and age, that's not even true anymore. But you can make the argument that growing up white didn't afford me privilege, it just afforded me normality in how I was treated. And if you want to make that argument, we can make that argument. But the problem is then that pushes the blame off of me. That pushes the idea that identity politics is not a thing, and that goes against your left-wing narrative, because then you have to concentrate on the people who actually are discriminating against black people or other people of color or Hispanic people or whatever it may be. You have to concentrate on those instances instead of just being able to look at me, yell at me, say white privilege, and shut my voice down. White privilege isn't a thing because I've never received any privilege for the color of my skin in my entire life. Maybe I've been treated normally as we would expect to be treated as human beings, but I was never given anything because I was white. In fact, quite the opposite. It was harder for me to get jobs because of affirmative action. It was harder for me to go to school because people who are black or Hispanic get preferential treatment, and they can go to school cheaper because they are more likely to get government subsidies and grants than a white person is. There are many aspects of life in which being white is actually a detriment. Now, is that something I care about? Honestly, no. I don't care about affirmative action, okay? Honestly, I don't. I don't care who wants to give money to people who are trying to go to school. It doesn't really concern me that much at this stage in my life as a 41-year-old white guy. It just doesn't bother me. So I don't care about those things, but you have to admit those things do exist, and they do help to debunk the idea, the myth that is white privilege. Normality is not advantage. It is not privilege. Just me being treated normally when I walk into a store, or when I walk into a bank, or when I walk into any gas station. That's not privilege. That's just normality. Understand the difference. If you want to go after the people who choose to not treat black people normal, then I'm right there with you. Anybody who is not treating a person normally and civilly because of the color of their skin, if they're somehow taking normal things in society away from a person because of the color of their skin, then we go after those people. If there's a bank, for instance, that won't give a loan to a black person, but will give the loan to the white person, if they are equal in all other aspects, then we go after those people. But that is still not a sign of white privilege. That doesn't mean the white person that got the loan somehow got a privilege. He was just treated normally. He wasn't treated special. He didn't get anything extra. He got what this person here, the black person, should have got but didn't. Not white privilege. It's just called normality.